here.
All right, here we go. All right, I got the 10 questions. We're doing it. This is it. Okay.
Let's do it.
So question number 1, and we can take time. You could look at your Discogs. There's no rush. Okay.
Might do some water or something. Fuck.
I have all the questions here. There are 10 questions. We can do
All
this.
For it,
Number 1, what is your favorite jazz find of 2022?
Oh fuck.
So last year, what was your best pickup last year for you? Now, what he says is this does not mean your most expensive. It means just what you think, your favorite, pickup was last year. I know what this. I have an answer for this.
I bought like 500 records last year, man. I don't know.
Well, come on, Chris, pick one. You don't have to actually answer it correctly. Just grab something.
Those Vanguard, the Art Pepper Vanguard records.
Okay, hold on. No, I mean
No, that's bullshit. No.
Hold on. I definitely
No, all the records I bought that have Cedar Walton and Pepper Jordan.
I got it right here.
What do you got? What is it, Felipe?
Oh, it is.
I would say music-wise, price-wise, I mean, love-wise, everything.
What do you got?
For $60, I got an OG stereo.
Woo! Hold on, let me make it big. So this is Anthony Williams Spring OG stereo.
Yeah, $60.
Beautiful.
They mispriced it. But that's the OG. New York, Van Gelder, P, everything.
Very nice. Very nice.
It looks horrible, but plays mint.
Now I have an answer. Hold on. Chris, before you jump in, I'm gonna go quick.
Okay.
So first of all, Felipe, starting us off strong. Now
hang on.
Oh, fix this.
Gotta keep the standards.
All right. So this was my best pickup. I listened to this just the other day. This is Bluesette.
Oh yeah.
This is it's not a first pressing or a second pressing. It's the third pressing. It's not RVG. It is I forgot the mastering engineer, but it sounds like excellent, and it's on this label. It is early. It's not it's Oxblood label.
Who cares?
But it sounds this is the music itself is just one of the best cohesive, perfect in the pocket jazz records ever. So Bluesette, I finally got this, and I had to import it from Europe.
Mm-hmm.
It's a U.S. pressing. The guy
I have a Japanese
to a first pressing, so he put this on.
Yeah.
I literally, just so you guys know, hold on. Last thing, I literally wrote out my correspondence with this guy. That's how
product, dude.
This was picking up. So I have Provenance.
I think you should seek therapy for the Provenance you're keeping on your records there.
No, this is great. I had a great experience buying this from this guy. So anyway,
when you're dead, when you die, and Rob shows up to take your records, he'll read your correspondence.
Exactly. You know what? And yeah.
This is not my favorite record, but I don't know where my favorite one is. But this is close enough.
Okay.
So all the shit I bought last year. So this is, I mean, the Obi's in the way, but it's Cedar Walton Trio, A Night at Boomers, with Sam Jones and Louis Hayes and Clifford Jordan.
Yeah, I don't know this one, but I just bought Volume 1 like 2 weeks ago. It's great.
I know you're supposed to.
I've listened to Volume 1. It's really good. You
should send it to me. Rob's not here.
And actually, Cliff Jordan took the nymph's picture on the lake. The girls.
Chris, that's a Japanese pressing of a Muse record?
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
It was $6.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a great record.
The one you just showed, that Bluesette, I got a copy of that for $6.
Japanese?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that whole Face Records thing on eBay. If you like, you can like bid on shit and win it for like 3 weeks straight. Then they put it all together and ship it to you in a big box. I mean, I bought like 15, 18 records from them, and they were all like near mint, and they averaged $12 a record after shipping, because each record's like $6 shipping. So
that Bluesette is like a top record.
Yeah, it sounds good. I'm sure that yours sounds better, but it sounds
no. I mean, I'm not even talking about sound quality. I'm just saying the music. That is a top record. Like everybody should have that.
Yeah,
that is
I still remember the first time listening to Bluesette. It was like blown away.
Outstanding. It's another level. It's up there with like the Miles, and
Yeah.
it's exceptional. All right, so that was a great first question.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Second question. This is hard. Okay, first jazz record you fell in love with.
Oh, that's easy.
I think it's
I,
easy.
I actually have it. I have it.
Easy.
All right, Felipe, you go first. I have it right here.
That's ridiculous.
And guys, if you have any thoughts on answers, drop them in the chat.
Yeah,
What is the first jazz record you fell in love with?
I'll go first 'cause I have it in my hand already. This one,
Okay.
Herbie Hancock Headhunters.
Yeah.
I bought this on CD in 1996, I think. And it's only it and then Bitches Brew were the only jazz records I ever listened to for 27 years, I guess.
Mhm.
25 years. So yeah, this is it. I love this record. It's so badass.
What
Yeah.
pressing is that? It looks really clean.
This is from the VMP box.
Mhm.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I've also got one from Chad, and I think it sounds better.
Mhm.
But these are great. I got the Maiden Voyage on this one too. I think the classic series sounds a little better, honestly. But the other stuff's great. Like the later shit, there's a one or two records in the box. I think it's just one that they never put out on vinyl except for in that box.
That's cool.
That's-
I think it was the River that he did for Joni.
That's cool. So I think I bought this one first on CD, late 90s, the Legacy edition with extra tracks, the false starts and everything. I'm lucky to have a couple of copies, different pressings, and I bought this totally random. I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, the big, record CD stores.
Yeah.
If you guys are in Europe or somewhere else, there's still a lot of FNAC records, so record stores, especially in France. In Brazil, in São Paulo, there were many. So I used to go there and get impressed. Oh my God, this jazz section is so expensive, so crazy, so cool. I'll never go there. One day, I had a crappy day. I said, go listen to, I don't know, for some reason, I got to go buy a jazz record, whatever. Because I think it's gonna be kind of gloomy. It's gonna be good for my day, and I bought the CD, and that's it.
Oh, get out. Get out.
What can I say?
That's a great story.
If you watch, like, I bought this one and Billie Holiday, Lady in Satin.
Okay.
Both Legacy editions.
Okay.
And I think it's just like, I think who was that on Miles movie? I think it was Ashley Kahn. He said, and it's very proper. It's just like, not sure if it was Ashley, but someone said in that movie about Kind of Blue, just like, the Bible is the Bible. Kind of Blue is Kind of Blue. That's it. You don't have much to say about it.
Yeah.
And that's OG, the 6i stereo.
Beautiful.
It's immaculate.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, and I think,
Now, in terms of fidelity, is it a little noisy? Like, what's the deal with it?
no, there's not a noisy record at all. It plays really good.
Okay.
It plays better than Brubeck, for example.
Okay.
It plays better. I'm not sure if I was lucky to get a really good copy, but I think this music is like eternal. It's like there's no
Yes.
date. You can listen to any time. Every couple of years, people are revisiting, listening to it again, and
It's great.
I think it's probably the definition of a lot of things.
Agreed. All right, let me jump in. Everybody can predict what I'm going to show, but this is it. If it wasn't for this, there would be nothing here. I wouldn't be even here. But
Tina
this
Brooks.
is Sinatra. This is Sinatra at the Sands.
Mhm.
And everyone can argue with me and say Sinatra's not a jazz guy, but he's got Count Basie and Quincy Jones's arranging. So,
Mhm.
argue about Count Basie for me. So this is it here. I heard this record. This changed my life. Everything about vinyl changed. It was just, this was it. I felt like I was in a New York City apartment. I had my turntable set up, I grabbed this from my parents. I played it. I couldn't believe what he was saying in his intro, in his tea break, and it just I couldn't believe how good it sounded. I just loved everything about this. It just worked for me.
Yeah.
And I listened to it probably about 100 times, and so that got me interested in Count Basie. Got me interested in Oscar Peterson because he did a Sinatra Standards album.
Yeah.
That was it. And literally those two guys, like I would just listen to, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, well, I'll join this jazz lovers group, a jazz vinyl lovers group on Facebook. And I started seeing people post stuff, and now we have this channel.
and then the three of us.
But it all started with this. This is it. This is it.
Yeah.
I love this record.
Listen.
I love it. Love it.
Blown out of the water.
Bury me with this fucking record. Boom. All right.
Then,
Chris,
we all met and fell in love on the jazz vinyl group, and then our baby is this channel.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got, Chris?
I already showed it. What's the question?
Next question.
Well, it was the first jazz record you fell in love with, the Herbie Hancock.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
jumbled.
What you drink? I want some.
So the third question, the most far out record you have in your jazz collection.
I sold it.
Oh, well, actually, I have a bunch of shit. I mean, I could show up whatever. I have one record that Stunty recommended and I bought. I have more than one record, but I'll show at least one. There's two probably I can grab.
I gotta think about it.
All right, I'm just going to show one, but there's definitely more than one. I mean, this is a difficult question because it's like, show me the most hard bop record you have. It's like, what? Like, how do you define that?
I think it depends.
That's hard to define.
I found one.
Yeah. I think it also depends on how you see things, how you classify it, how you perceive.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
But still, it is like, okay, so how do you perceive your most out record, Felipe?
I just don't like things that are too dissonant, too crazy, wild.
Yes.
I said the Coltrane live in Seattle. I like the record. Because I get the whole thing of the live performance. I have no problem with that record. A lot of people complain about it. I have no problem. Yeah. But to me, I would put today as a far out. Far out or wild or just crazy. But a record that is hard to digest. Get it? But I really love now. Is this one here? You guys might make fun of me, but to me, it took me a while to get into it, but I love it.
Oh God, is it going to be? Oh, all right.
Yeah, I like that record a lot too.
It grows into you. Things like bits and pieces here and there, and now it makes a lot of sense to me. It makes.
Great pick.
I like that and Bitches Brew kind of in the same way.
And I don't think to say out there has to be like a record like a Don Cherry thing. People like scratching a blackboard. Yeah, I mean, I
do feel like this question, and I don't mean to spotlight Nicole, but like to ask this question, where what's the most out record in your collection? Like, you essentially can't answer that. Like, you have There's so many different types of music, and that to say that this one's more than the other one, I feel like is impossible.
Yeah. It depends. I mean, it depends on the genre. So, I mean, in jazz, I'm more like a traditional. I like hard bop. I like more, I don't like crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Because I like structure. But let's say my rock records, I'm very adventurous. I really listen to, really different things. And I think it depends. But this is a record in terms of like construction. It took me a while for me to get into it, but I absolutely love it.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go quick because I want to.
All right, go. Let's move on to the next question ASAP.
Yeah.
One of the most out there records in my.
Yeah.
collection, and for me, not in a good way. I don't really like this record very much.
Yeah, fair enough.
My personal opinion. If you like it, that's great. I know that Ornette's awesome and all that, but I'm not a huge fan of it. My favorite. It's funny. It's not even all that out there to me now, but my favorite first record that I started listening to more dissonant shit and like actually liking it and being interested in it when I first started listening to jazz, right, is Out to Lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I fucking love that record. And I remember when I first started listening to it, I would listen to it like once a week, like to like break me out of the hard bop mode, and it was like jarring and
That's the best.
And like, oh god. And now it's just like, I don't know.
Another one I learned to love. I loved Out to Lunch.
All right, I'm gonna go quick too. So
Very
this
cool.
is just Stunt Rock Infusion. If you're not subbed to Stunt Rock and you're into avant-garde, you have to. He's just
Absolutely.
he has the shit. So this is his buddies over at this reissue label, which it's something Souffle. I forget exactly the details, but this is John Carlos Capone, Lawrence Butch, Maurice Serge, Rafael's son Philippe, and something else. I don't know. It's a bunch of it's four guys on this, and it's pretty out there. The label that it is originally on is called Palm, and this is essentially, you can think of Palm as like what the fuck is it? Sorry. It's Strata East. Think of Palm like a Strata East, but based in Europe. Obviously there's flaws with that analogy, but essentially like same time period, kind of it's out there. The guys in Europe doing like a similar kind of thing. And it's really cool. It's great, but it's out there. Yeah.
Look at this. This is high praise.
All right, something that Nicole would listen to.
Yeah.
Yes. No, not to. Well, maybe that, but okay. All right, so let's move on.
Yep.
This is a hard. Well, no, this is an easy question. A record from a lesser-known jazz label. Show a record from a lesser-known jazz label. That is the next question.
Just period. Oh, it's easy. I got like 500 of them right here.
I posted a record this week, and I have a second one actually just figured out.
I got a great record here for this one. It's cool.
We're here, Mazzy. Me and Mike, East Coasters.
Oh, this is a good. I got a good one.
Yeah.
You should come join our thing that we're doing. We're doing the challenge. He probably already did.
We're doing the jazz vinyl tag right now.
Yeah.
If you want to jump in, we're on like question 4. All right. So, do we have records to show for a record from a lesser-known jazz label? Chris, you want to go first?
Yep, sure.
All right. Let me make you big. Give me a second here. Here we go.
So this is on a label from the 80s called Discovery.
Okay.
You can find their records. I mean, I've seen, like 6 or 7 of them in the wild the whole time I've collected records, probably. But they're all cheap. This is a $4 record.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Dick Burke and the Jazz Adoption Agency. Big Jake. Big Jake's having a bad time, man.
That's a cool record.
Yeah, it's got Dick Burke, a bunch of guys you probably never heard of.
Yeah. No, that's a cool record, man.
This is a fucking killer record. I've got 3 of his records. He was a drummer in like the big bands and shit forever. Yeah. I don't remember right now what bands he played in, but then he did some records on his own, like in the 80s. They're all killer and they're cheap. They're just kind of hard to find. So
okay, all right. Felipe, you want to jump in?
Yeah, I have one to show. I actually thought about 2, but I'm going to show one.
All right, go on.
It's on Dawn.
Oh God, I hate that label.
Why?
Because I found a fucking Dawn at my local record shop, and I mentioned that Bill Evans was on it. And the next time I went in, they fucking repriced it at $100.
And I think that's the most classic Dawn.
It was the fuck out of me. I should have just bought it then. They had it priced at $10.
Alcon.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's the one.
Yeah, no, that is great.
Yeah.
What do you got, Mike?
Oh, all right. Here we go. I'll do it quick. Thank you, Chris. This is a comp.
Okay.
but the best comp you can get. Why? Oh, hold on, it's stuck. This is Transition.
Okay.
This is a label that is fairly obscure. It was started out of a Cambridge apartment,
Mhm.
and this kid, basically who just graduated, was able to put together some of the best jazz musicians of the time and get them in studios in Van Gelder's place and put their fucking records out. And those records are owned now by UME. So, Don Was has access to those tapes. Joe Harley has access to those tapes, etc. And they have confirmed that they are putting out some transition labels. I suspect it's going to be the Doug Watkins at Large, but it could be something else. That said, this is the transition label comp. I got it for a really good price. It usually goes for a lot of money. It comes with a little booklet here that tells you about the records and then the label itself. So these records were pressed on polystyrene for most, and according to this, certainly. So sometimes the labels actually come off because that's just what happens on a polystyrene. But this is a really rare, cool record that I was super happy to get. So
All right.
that's my small label.
What's the next question?
All right.
What's the next question?
This is the hardest question of the jazz tag. An artist only released as a session leader. Now, I actually went through and thought this prior, and apparently everyone else who did this tag has thought the same person. So I'll try to think of somebody different.
Not even Miles, right?
Nobody who only was a leader.
Kenny G.
Yeah, I don't care about this question. Pass.
All right, let's pass. I was just going to say, and multiple people have said this, Sun Ra. If you have Sun Ra, he's only a leader.
But
So
yeah,
if you picked up the Savoy reissue, you'd qualify for it. All right, so next one. A major artist release on a small label. So like John Coltrane on a smaller label, Miles Davis on a smaller label, Art Blakey on a smaller label. Like a big guy putting stuff out on a smaller label.
I have a good one.
Okay.
What do you got?
Thought.
I got something.
I think I have one.
I don't know, man. This one's kind of hard.
I found one.
What do you got, Felipe?
I have a score.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that counts.
That counts, right? He's a big guy.
Oh, I got one. Shit.
Yeah, that's a big guy. I got one.
I got an easy one. This record's terrible, though.
All right. Well, hold on, Felipe. What's the score one you got? Yes, score. But what's the record?
Chambers Music. And actually, when I posted this record on jazz groups on Facebook, people are teasing me. So, but because the score kind of sucks apparently. But this one is great. It sounds
Yeah,
so
I would love to have a copy of that record. Is that on a twofer? Did we ever figure that out,
Yes.
Mike?
It's on a twofer, but it lacks one song that's on it.
So Chambers Music has Paul Chambers, Philly Joe Jones, John Coltrane, and Kenny Drew.
Yeah, it's on a John Coltrane twofer. I
Oh, is
think.
it the John Coltrane? Is it the one I have?
It could be. Which one do you have?
I don't remember. Fuck it.
All right, hold on. Let's stay focused. Focus.
Well, okay, so that's Felipe's record.
All right, hold on. So I got a record here. Well, actually, Chris, do you want to go first?
I don't care. It's fine. Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. Do you want to do the big thing?
Yeah, fun.
There you go.
Fun to be big, but not too big. Okay, this is Dave Brubeck
Oh my goodness.
on a. It's just called Direct Disc something. I mean, it's just Direct Disc is the name of the label.
Okay.
Dude, this record is so fucking bad. I'm telling you. Let me share how awesome it is with you. So, this is actually the front of the cover.
Yeah.
I
I've
mean,
seen
the record's about like it sounds about as good as the cover. It sounds fine, but it's just not good, man.
Yeah.
So it's him and like his son, and his
Yeah.
son's playing electric piano and shit. I don't know,
Yeah. Now.
but
Yeah.
it is a big name on a small label.
All right. All right. Let me finish this up. We'll move on to the next one. Curtis Fuller. What label's this on? There's no label on the cover.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's on Timeless. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Timeless. We all
Yeah.
know Timeless. We love Timeless.
I have a couple
Small,
of them, yeah.
small label. Curtis Fuller trombone, of course. Pepper Adams baritone sax. James Williams, Dennis Irwin, John Yarlin round out the rhythm section. Curtis Fuller, big name, small label on Timeless. This is a fairly rare record, actually.
Yeah,
Not expensive, but just doesn't come up that often.
that's
This
cool.
And it's recorded in 78. All right, we ready for the next question?
Yep.
All right, a favorite early morning jazz album. So you get up in the morning, you're getting up tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, you're putting your coffee on. What do you want to hear?
Okay.
I think I know.
I got a good one.
What do I got? Okay, I know what I'm picking. And anybody watching, what your Saturday morning, Sunday morning, early morning jazz record? What do you think is a perfect match to that? Obviously, it changes every
Yes, Roberto, we can do it.
every morning. But
That's
what would you recommend?
I just tried to vary a little bit, but that's his second one. That's a Brazilian OG.
Yep. Oh, you got him, Chris.
So that's your early morning breakfast record.
Oh man, that's perfection.
Very nice.
Odeon, yep.
Very nice.
This is gorgeous. It's one of the cover is like paper. It's not even cardboard, so it's kind of flimsy.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. No, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, this is phenomenal.
All right. Can I jump in?
Go.
All right. I'm going number 2. Well, no, I'm
Going
actually
number 2. Damn, bro. Like, take care of that on your own time, not during the stream. Get lost to me bag or what?
all right. Every time I post this record on Instagram or mention it on the live stream, people ignore it. They just ignore it.
It's
And
like-
it's probably because it has a
people,
terrible
right?
cover. Okay. But what this is a UK Vogue pressing of Clifford Brown's his entire recording history in Europe during like 53 to like 54.
My store has it for like $10.
And it's like Gigi Grice and like it's just a killer, insane lineup. This is in my opinion, this isn't like my answer to this question. This is, if this question didn't exist, I would say this is the perfect morning album. I love just grabbing a side of this and putting it on and listening to Clifford Brown in like 53 sound like he's from 59. Like it's so goddamn good. And it's every single outtake. It's 3 LPs you can see here. It's Vogue who owns the master tapes from Vogue Paris.
Yes.
And this was also put out as a 2 LP twofer in the United States, and Van Gelder did the mastering of that. You don't get every outtake like you do here. This one is a little harder to get, but honestly, if you can get that twofer, you'd be, you're perfect. That's all you need. But I am enthusiastic about this one. This is Clifford Brown, Vogue, all the European stuff. It's just the best morning stuff. Give this a listen.
Keep showing that because I want to buy it at some point, and I'm
It's
too
so goddamn
this.
ridiculous.
Chris, my store has for like $11, 11 or 10. Here.
Nice. Here's a good one for the morning.
Oh yeah.
just chilling. Peggy Lee. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
I think more late night for that.
Whatever, man. It's chilling. I can listen to what I want to at breakfast. You're not my boss.
Peggy Lee kicks ass. Yes.
Yeah. So there.
But that title track is amazing.
There's another record that I got of hers that I liked a lot. Let me show that.
There's a live one. I like the live one.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is different though. This is
I have that.
the record store day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I got it.
So these were all like radio recordings she did in
Yes.
1955. I
Yeah.
think they're fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's
Um,
good.
Yeah, what that is back in like the mid 50s, radio stations would have to just have filler, would have to have filler. So
Yeah.
rather than just play static, they had Peggy Lee sing standards. And that's what those are. It's kind of amazing. I have that, Chris.
I mean, that's what all radio stations became, though. Then in the set from the 50s to the 80s, they all just played records into a micro. I mean, to a turntable.
I really love that record, actually.
Yeah, but these were recorded on. Yeah, they were recorded on 16-inch discs.
Yeah.
Big transcription discs. So that
Yeah.
man, sound
It's all
quality.
digital. I mean, it doesn't sound great, but it sounds good enough to enjoy.
It does sound good enough to
Yeah.
enjoy.
Exactly.
All right, are we ready to move on to next album? Okay,
Yes.
so the next album is favorite late night jazz album.
Well, I already fucked it up because you're right. That was a good late night jazz album.
All right, well now why don't you swap it? I'm gonna go grab it.
Yeah.
Let's think of something.
Let me think of one here. Kind of hard now.
Oh, I got an easy one. It's gonna be a cop out, but I don't give a shit. People don't like it.
I found it.
All right, I have mine. I'll be right back.
I have mine too.
Okay, I found it.
All right. You want to show it? Or we want to wait for Mike to come back?
That's
So
it.
we got 70 people watching. He can see it later. What you got, man? Hang on a second. It's not working.
It's a
My
Victor.
screen.
Victor one. I just like the vibe in here.
What is that? We can't see it. The cover.
It's an OG. I mean the cover's a little beat up. It's an OG, and I love it.
Oh yeah, that's great.
The bridge.
Select your late night record.
Yes, I like it. I mean, it's not so slow, but I just like the tone here, the way he plays. I mean, the whole idea of the bridge, right? He took off like few years just to reinvent himself under
Yeah.
the bridge.
Wow.
After he had to play with Coltrane and Miles band, and it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I truly love this one.
Perfect. What do you have, Mike?
Sorry, the question is favorite early morning?
Oh, late night.
Oh, sorry, late night. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is perfect. There's so first of all, for the last question and this question, there are like endless answers.
Yeah,
But
of course.
I like these are kind of quintessential. So last time I did the Clifford Brown, those Clifford Brown early European, they're standards, they're like upbeat, they're where you want to be in the morning. There's plenty of other things I could have picked, but this is Kenny Dorham, Roundabout Midnight, Cafe Bohemia, Music Matters
Good.
Jazz.
Nice.
This is a good late night.
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
If it's late and you put this on, you're
This is
good.
great.
Like this is really good. And it's got Kenny Dorham, J.R. Montrose, Kenny Burrell, Bobby Timmons, Sam Jones, Arthur Edgehill on drums, and
Yeah.
it's quite nice. It's I know a lot of people like studio sessions, live sessions. They don't like people clapping. They don't like just the recording quality.
Who
I
cares?
honestly prefer live sessions, whether
Oh, yeah.
it's Sinatra, jazz. I actually prefer it. Like it's great to have perfect, but it's also great to be in a club, with people.
Oh, yeah, this is one of
So
the
I love this stuff.
this is one of the greatest live albums ever.
Yeah. So there you go. All right.
Mine's-
Next
mine's-
question.
No, I get to go, bro. Come
Oh,
on.
I'm sorry.
This is mine. It's easy. And the blue.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Lee, come on. What else you want late at night?
Great album.
We'll listen to it as soon as the stream's over.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Okay, we have. All right, so I think we have just two more. So A jazz album that makes you think and inspires you.
Ugh.
I actually don't have an answer for this.
It's an irritating question. Pass.
Well, hold on. I'll answer it. I could answer it. No, I am forcing you to answer this. Grab something.
Okay.
When you think of an inspirational jazz musician, think of that person. Think of a good album that.
All I can think of is "You're My Inspiration" from Chicago with Peter Cetera.
No, that doesn't count.
You're the inspiration.
I would say. Yeah. All right, I got something. This is an obvious pick, but it is. I mean, I really do love this man. I think when I listen to him, I understand him, and then when I stop listening to him, I become a moron again. If that makes any sense. All right, well, I'm going to jump in.
I have no idea.
So my pick for a jazz album that makes you think and inspires you. This is the only artist that it actually I think even falls into this, and that's Thelonious Monk. This is Brilliant Corners. Whenever I listen to Monk, whether it's solo Monk, whether it's quartet Monk, whether it's bigger group Monk, he really does make my synapses like fire in like different ways than everybody else.
Yeah.
So I would say Monk is the guy that I would pick, and this is a great one to pull.
I have one.
What do you got?
It's not his usual traditional record. It's kind of a little off. It's one of the most valuable Blue Note OGs you can find.
Oh God, what is it? Tina Brooks? Oh, is it Curtis Fuller Volume 3? Wait.
No.
What is it?
I played this record. I said, man, I'm on fire.
What is it? Oh yeah! Holy smokes!
I mean, dislikes, right? What can I say about?
I know it is a classic cover.
But I think just that first like bass line, just like it brings you to life. I think it's a record about, I don't know, it's life to me. I love it.
It's great.
I feel like this view makes us look professional now. Instead of just having one person's face on the screen, I'm happy about it.
Yeah, I like it way better.
I like that record too. It's great. So Monk, I'm gonna cheat, kind of.
Okay.
You said Monk. That made me think of Bud Powell.
Oh yeah.
Great
So
pick.
I love this record.
Great pick.
They need to put out all the volumes of his shit in the classic series.
Bud Powell was definitely influenced by him.
No.
It was just like absolutely 100%.
Well,
I was listening to T.S. Monk today. He was being interviewed on a podcast.
Yeah.
And he said, this is part 2. So there was hours before he even mentioned this, but they're talking about Monk. And he said that I love this. And I'm going to botch it. But he goes, Monk and Coltrane came together for a studio session, right?
Yeah.
That's what fucking the new OGC is putting out.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, they respected each other in regards of musicianship so much that after that, Coltrane put together his quartet with a piano player that was brand new. We all know McCoy Tyner, who did not sound like the old guys. Like he sounded more monkish. He was a monkish kind of guy. Yeah. And then Monk went out and he did a quartet too, right? And Monk did not do a quartet. He was doing all different types of stuff. And he got Johnny Griffin as part of his quartet, right? Was Johnny Griffin? No. It was not Johnny Griffin.
It was Charlie Rouse forever.
Charlie Rouse.
Yeah.
Charlie Rouse. And Charlie Rouse wasn't a guy like the old school, like deep tenor sounds.
No.
Right.
He ripped a little bit more like Coltrane. So anyway, what T.S. Monk was saying is that his father, that session influenced both of them. And then they went out and they both formed quartets that were similar. And like they anyway, it was just so cool to hear him talk about how they influenced each other.
Well, Monk had to do that to eat.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
He went through he went through long terms where he wasn't getting rich at all. Like they barely survived some years, and he made some decent money. I mean, for the time.
I mean, he put his kids in good schools, but like they were living in a small apartment, and
Yeah.
like T.S. Monk was saying, like sometimes I'll talk to people and they'll be like so fucking rose-colored glasses, saying like, well, you know, Monk was such like an introvert and so into the piano that he had his piano in his kitchen.
You did.
And T.S. Monk was like, he had his piano in his kitchen because we had a small ass apartment. And it was the only place we could put it.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like this was some like romantic thing. Like this was a practical thing.
Right.
Anyway, the interview is so good. It's on. I forget the name of the podcast. I'll post it later. But
If y'all haven't read the Monk biography by I don't remember his name, but it's on Audible. It's fucking insane. You should.
I haven't. I do want to listen to it on tape if he does it. That's something in my queue.
Right. What else?
Okay. All right. I think we're last question now. Last question. Name a jazz album that has great music but a boring cover. Great music, boring cover. I have an answer.
I'm just pulling random shit. You know.
Oh, I have a good answer to this, I think.
I'm still thinking about it. Boring.
Great album, but terrible, boring cover.
Is boring supposed to mean bad or just boring?
It's whatever you think. There's no definition.
Yeah, fuck it.
I think I have an answer. I found it.
I don't know. I like all the covers.
I have one. The record is good. I like it, but the cover just like is so
All right. That's perfect. You want to go, Felipe?
Yeah, it's a Prestige green label.
Okay, hold on. Let me make it big.
Yeah.
All right, go.
It has Woody Shaw,
Okay.
Sidney Walton, Michael Holloway,
I know
and John Hendricks. It's an Art Blakey record.
Okay.
He just looks tired. I just feel like tired just by looking.
Oh no, I didn't think that at all. Yeah. Okay.
The record is great, but he sounds so depressing.
Yeah.
You know.
I think he changed his name on that. Didn't Art Blake? Yeah, Bohemia or something.
No, Bohina. So actually, you know,
yeah.
He's like in the 60s, 50s. He already used his name when he converted to Islam.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
well, that's a great pick. And
yeah, I mean, it just feels like, man, I played like a 3-hour gig and didn't get paid or something like this. You know?
Is that so? That's a really good record.
It is good. I mean, he has Cedar Walton, Woody Shaw, Michael Howell. Let me see the year of this one.
And I'm pretty sure I'm going to go out on a limb on this.
So,
you know,
this green label 73 sounds amazing, but you know, it's just the cover is so boring.
Experts out there in YouTube land, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that is the only Art Blakey led record on Prestige. That's a Prestige record, right?
Yeah.
That's like later Prestige, not late.
Yeah, the 73. 73.
All right, Chris, what
What's
do you
yours? There you go, Mike.
I have something. I'll go quick. I know Felipe has this record. I think Chris, you might have it too. This is a great record, and I honestly think the album art suppresses the price of it.
Okay.
Hampton Halls, baby.
Yeah, that's a good record. I don't have
This
it, but
is a really good record, and I think that people look at the cover and think, nah.
This is probably best than For Rio, I think.
It is really a great trio. I mean, Hampton Halls kills it on this, and it's not like it. I don't know, like it's. I don't want to say it's monkish. It's not monkish, but I mean, this is not like just a simple trio. Like he's like a. I don't want to say he's Herbie Nichols. I don't want to say he's Monk, but I mean he definitely like has his own style and interpretations that are interesting. So Hampton Halls trio, got to check this out.
Yeah, it is like his best work.
But I mean, how terrible is this cover? I mean, This cover looks boring.
Great, man. It's a nice picture of the guy. Come on.
I think this looks boring.
Looks
It's
like a
just
piece of
classic 50s
advertising.
cover. I think it's fine. But
Well,
it's-
maybe at the time, but no, I think people pass on this. That's why it's not so expensive.
well, I hope they do, so I can snatch it up from the step up behind
And
them.
it's contemporary. It's contemporary.
All right, I have a rebellious response to this question.
Go on.
I think it's a stupid question, so I chose this instead. An awesome cover.
Oh, is that the Record Store Day thing?
Yeah, it's Live Evil. So this is awesome. It's Live Evil, the live record Miles did with good Lord, this is the worst the way they put this in here. Oh, it's got Joe Henderson on it, Jack DeJohnette. I can't really read it. John McLaughlin, a bunch of people. Anyway,
Mhm.
the cool thing about this one is this was meant to be a picture of J. Edgar Hoover.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, the head of the FBI at the time.
Yeah, well, fuck him.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he was important, and he.
no,
did-
he was a complete piece of shit. Racist.
No, I know.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
We're 4.5 hours in, so it's politics time.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right. So let me tell you about J. Edgar Hoover and fucking.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, and Billie Holiday.
yes.
I mean, she, T.S. Monk even said this on this podcast. He mentioned this. He was saying she was walking around with a mink, driving a Cadillac, and he didn't like that.
Yeah, for sure. And for her too, it was the DEA guy.
Yeah.
Fuck, the guy that basically made weed.
Yeah,
a
what's his name?
felony.
Okay.
But yeah. So I think this is a good representation for a lot of the people that are in Washington right now, and
Yeah.
and all the legislatures across the South,
Mhm.
basically.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's next? Is that the last question?
That was the last question.
Yeah, that's the last question. Okay.
That's awesome. So here's what we can do. We can cut this whole segment out and make it a separate video.
We're going to. Yes.
That's
We'll
great.
make
Doing one. It's a twofer. Real twofer.
we'll make
You
a
want to
thumbnail.
watch it again. If you're still with us, you should watch it again when it comes out as a video.
Yeah.
And tell your friends.
Yeah, so that's it. All right. So, all right. Well, we didn't do this in the upfront, so I'll do it now.
Mhm.
Look, this is Mazzy approved, man. My political
Excellent.
statement is approved by Norman Maslow.
So what we were doing, for those, we assumed everybody is aware of this because people who follow us should definitely follow Chris from Tunes from the Man Cave. He puts out a vinyl tag once a year, and it's every year it's a little different. And that was our first video. It got us over the hump where we were chatting and we were like, we should do a video. Maybe we'll create a channel. What should it be? This was the catalyst for us to say, like, all right, we're going to do it. So we highly recommend, if you're interested in jumping into the whole vinyl community, do it. It's fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I mean, Chris has been integral into the origins of our channel.
Yeah. Which is almost first anniversary.
Yeah, it's true. For a long time, that video had more views than anything else on our channel, like for 6 months.
Yeah. And it's fun to think about these things.
It is. We're vain. We like to think about what we've done in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
We're getting closer.
We do have a video coming out tomorrow, too.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's tomorrow. This weekend is my kid's birthday, so it may be Sunday. But
Whatever.
yeah, whatever.
We have a good video coming out.
Whatever works. Yes. It's going to be a fun video.
So thank you for watching. We are going to continue streaming.
Mhm.
So jump onto our live stream. We stream every Friday 8 p.m. Eastern.
Mhm.
And we stream during the week with this other character called the Waxed VC.
Where's
So
Bob? What happened to him?
you want to sub up to him as well.
You should have come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thanks for watching. Thank you, Chris, for doing this. And yeah,
Absolutely.